Welcome back to Life with Sheda, where we are 2 episodes deep into our series, Beyond the Drama, Unpacking Toxic Mom Group Dynamics. In episode 1, we talked about toxic motherhood, the mean girl energy that shows up in spaces that are supposed to feel safe. In episode 2, we dove deeper into the psychology behind toxic mom groups, the insecurities, the comparison, the subtle power dynamics, the competition, the bullying. Today, we're getting into something a little more uncomfortable because it deals with facing facts when our reality doesn't reflect what our minds want to believe is true. In simpler terms, we're unpacking the cognitive dissonance that keeps you from recognizing a toxic mom group, even when you feel it. What is cognitive dissonance? Cognitive dissonance happens when what you believe doesn't match what you experience or how you're treated. You believe mom groups are supportive, safe, and communal, but your experience feels like isolation, judgment, or mean girl energy. Instead of rejecting these experiences, your mind protects the belief. So it starts explaining things away. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe she really didn't mean it like that. And before you know it, you're questioning yourself instead of questioning the environment. Your experience feels wrong, but your mind convinces you that everything is fine. It's fine. The disconnect isn't in your imagination. It's the mismatch between what you expected and what you're actually experiencing. You start second guessing yourself, dealing with self-doubt caused by that internal conflict. You start questioning your reality instead of trusting it. Cognitive dissonance is so real and powerful. You may not know the term, but you do know the feeling. It's discomfort at the presence of clashing beliefs and behaviors or actions. I recognize this pattern because for 14 years, I was a part of a religious cult-like organization where I witnessed and at times participated in questionable behaviors, all justified in the name of Jesus. That place was toxic. And because my belief system was rooted in that doctrine, I convinced myself it was right in the name of Jesus, even when it didn't feel right, even when it felt wrong. That's cognitive dissonance. After I left that cult and have spent the last 15 years unpacking the 14 years I spent in that lifestyle, I realized that when your belief is strong enough, it can override what you know is wrong. My thinking was hive-like, brainwashed even, and I wanted to believe so badly that the behaviors and practices I experienced were Bible-based and best for everyone. They were not. I made excuses and I explained things away. I've spent years undoing the mental, emotional, and financial damage that environment had on my life. I shared this aspect about me to communicate how cognitive dissonance can happen in supportive spaces, how its effects can impact people's present and future. Point blank, it will cause you to make excuses for bad behavior in the name of protecting your ideals. A lot of women don't stay in toxic mom groups because they don't see it. You see it, you feel it, but maybe you're willing to dismiss certain elements of your interactions to maintain your place in the group. Even if that place is just being able to be around other women who seemingly are doing the mom thing better than you feel that you are doing, who seem to have it all. Moms stay because something in them is trying to make it make sense. They believe, this is my community, these are my people, but experience feeling judged, feeling drained, feeling like they can't really and fully be who they are. Cognitive dissonance will make you stay in a toxic mom situation because of loyalty. These are my people. Belonging. I need some kind of outlet. FOMO. What if I miss out on a really cool, fun, meaningful connection? Familiarity. This is just like that one time when fill in the blanks. These aren't random thoughts. This is cognitive dissonance in action. Here are some of the ways it shows up for moms in these spaces. Explaining away red flags. You tell yourself, she probably didn't mean it like that. That's just how she is. Maybe I'm being sensitive. You don't ignore the behavior. You reinterpret it into digestible, acceptable explanations. minimizing your discomfort. This is where you feel off about a conversation. A bit of parenting advice. How things unfolded at the last mom's night out, but you shrink it. It's not that serious. I'm overthinking it. Well, nobody else said anything. It's probably not that big of a deal. Staying loyal to the idea of the group. This one is interesting because essentially you might know something is up, but in the face of the toxicity, you dismiss the reality and stay committed, loyal, hopeful to the idea of the mom group. Moms do this because they need support, crave sisterhood, want a safe community. And let's be real, finding and making friends as an adult, let alone as a mom, can be hard. To sum it up, it's becoming clear that this group is missing the mark. I mean, all spaces do at some point, right? And hey, it can change. Essentially, you're not holding on to the group, you're holding on to what you hoped and hope it would and can still be. Cognitive dissonance hits so hard for mom in toxic situations because for some who become ingrained in the group, it's not just social, it's their identity. Mom groups touch your parenting, your confidence, your sense of belonging. So walking away doesn't feel that simple. It feels like starting over, like losing a part of yourself. Even more, it's not just hard to leave, it's hard to admit you misread the space. Once you recognize cognitive dissonance, everything shifts from oblivion or denial to awareness. You stop asking, am I overreacting? And start asking, why do I consistently feel like this in this space? Then comes clarity, which isn't convincing yourself it's fine, it's being honest about how it feels. And then comes action, reclaiming yourself, realigning yourself, removing yourself from the drama. At some point, we have to be honest about what we're experiencing, even when it doesn't match what we hope for. Because the truth is, a lot of women aren't confused about what they're feeling in these spaces. They just become conditioned to not question it, to downplay it, to explain it away, to stay connected to something that doesn't actually feel good because it looks like what you hoped community would be, what you feel like it should be, what it was supposed to be. Real community doesn't require you to disconnect from yourself. It doesn't ask you to shrink yourself. It does not make you earn your comfort. And it definitely doesn't leave you feeling drained, judged, or unsure of who you are. So if you've been telling yourself, maybe it's not that bad, maybe I'm just overthinking it, consider this. What if your feelings aren't the problem? What if your feelings are the signal? A signal that something isn't aligned, that something doesn't feel safe. A signal that it might be time to take a step back and really evaluate what you're a part of. Because clarity doesn't come from convincing yourself everything is fine. It comes from telling yourself the truth. Once you do that, you give yourself permission to choose differently, to find spaces that actually see you, support you, respect you, and feel like peace, not pressure. That's what real community looks like. And hold this. If you have to keep talking yourself out of how you feel, that's not peace. That's dissidence. In the final episode of the series, we are going to talk about what a healthy mom group looks like. Make sure you like and subscribe to Life with Sheda on YouTube. Follow on TikTok at Life with Sheda Official, on Instagram at Life with Sheda, and on Facebook at Rashida Harrison Life with Sheda.